Guys, welcome to the world debut of the all-new 2024 Kia EV9. I'm here in New York. Zach is behind the camera, and we want to show you everything about this 7-seat, 7-person, brand new electrified crossover. So there's two of them on stage. We have this kind of a nice white silver color, and we also have a blue one that we'll show you in a second. As you can see, there's a huge scrum, but there's a lot of excitement about it because it's a proper large 3-row SUV that's electric. So let's walk over this way and I'll show you some of the styling. So you've seen the concept about a year or maybe a year and a half ago, and now here it's in its production guise, and I like it. It's got hideaway door handles, it's got large wheel arches that are pronounced. It's got several different wheel options from 19 to 21 inches. And this one kind of has the X style to it, very unique. Kia is off center a little bit. So of course, Kia is bringing very interesting style. And there's another one here with a triangular style, or kind of a trapezoid. So you can have different options for different tastes, I guess. I'll show you in the front in a second, but as you can tell, there's a lot of people here. Actually, let's walk over here on this side. So there's going to be two versions of the EV9. There's going to be a two-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive. There's going to be a GT line. Oh, here we go. We can open the doors. Thank you very much. I'll keep talking while you look inside. So, first of all, a very luxurious interior, in my opinion. There will be, in the GT line, with all-wheel drive, there's up to 379 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. That's the maximum power number right now. And that's with 99 approximately kilowatt hours of battery, and they're targeting 300 miles of range. But look at this interior. So you got a panoramic sunroof on top, you've got captain chairs, like I said, between 6 and 7 passenger capacity. And the front actually has a recline feature. This gentleman is kind of showing that right now. So a lot of different style, and I'll get in there in a second and show you as well. Lots of different storage capabilities, and brand new style up front that I'll show you in a second with LED lights. Actually, let me try the back seat. Oh wow, I have nice headroom. I'm just about 6'3", so I'm a pretty tall guy, and great legroom as well. So, and you could see here some switches for heat and cooling on this model. Oh yeah, and a sunshade, manual sunshade. Very, very neat. So you can expect a lot of these features. Some models of the EV9 will have a swivel functionality on the second row seat as well, but there's some power seat features here, including a quick fold. Here we go. Actually, let me try to get on the third row, Zach, and see how that goes. Oh, here we go. Let me try. Oh, there it goes. Sorry. Okay, so the opening is not humongous, but once I'm in here, I'm quite comfortable. So the seat is not super low. There's also a decent amount of headroom. So yeah, even for taller guys like me, the third row is pretty nice. And I have cup holders. Look at this. Cup holders, charging, even speakers here. Pretty neat. Let me get out.
How much room you got back there? How much room you got back there?
I also want to show you some of the storage.
Oh, you are Max?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see how far. Yeah.
Hold on.
Still know me? So it's okay.
Oh, for you it's okay?
Oh, very nice. Yes.
The fun part of having powered seats on second row.
Yeah, I have to wait This is a pre-production car, I'm sure, right? Show the center console.
Yeah.
That's a pretty neat. I really like that they're offering lots of storage options.
Very nice.
Let me get a little bit closer to the front, excuse me. I want to show you the steering wheel as well. So there's basically one bezel for the infotainment screen. It's not fully lit right now, but there's a gauge cluster in front of the driver. There's also a small screen, but it's seamless. There's a small screen for climate control systems, and then there's a central infotainment screen as well. For navigation and other features and functions, there's a floating center console that I'll show you in a second. And this one has this roof rail system. So it's supposed to be a true family 3-row SUV. It has 7.8 inches of ground clearance, not a terrible amount of ground clearance. I would have liked to see maybe a different version. Maybe they'll do one later with a little bit more ground clearance. And also 5,000 pounds of towing. Let me get in. So look, there's also a relaxation mode. So there's a little foot extender. So when you get to where you're going, you can relax and sit down. That's pretty crazy. So they're thinking about not just utility, but also comfort as well. Let me grab the camera really quick. And I want to show you some of the interior features. So this is the steering wheel. There's a drive mode and also four-wheel drive lock. And also, like the gentleman is saying, this car will be built in Georgia starting in 2024. So here's the floating console right there. And the leather, wow, it feels really, really great. Here's a way to open the frunk, the tail hatch, your traction control system, and charging. Speaking of charging, so this car, it's very important, of course. So I mentioned 300 miles of targeted range and the power that it can offer. And the charging, they say from 10 to 80% in under 25 minutes. Here's the front that I was promising you, the LED signature, and there's some hidden lights in here as well that you can customize. You can't quite see them, but there's a little light pattern that can come on, and you can customize the way it looks. So yeah, there's a lot of different design details. Here you can also see, this one is showing a LiDAR system. Special sensors here in the grille. There's 2 of them. Cameras as well. So it will have a hands-free capability on the highway, so highway assist. Also has self-parking feature where you can actually be outside the car and it will park for you while you're controlling it with a key fob. So even parallel parking as well. So lots of technology features. Let's see, maybe we can take a look at that silver car just really quickly. Excuse me. Excuse me. So this one also has a power center row. So right now I don't see the swivel feature. Let's look up front a little bit more. Oops, sorry. So it's just kind of showing a different trim level and a different layout of this car. Storage volumes are pretty impressive. So with all 3 rows up, there's about 20 cubic feet of storage in the back. Let me show you that. And with all seats down, there's 2 rows down, it's about 81 or 82 almost cubic feet of space. Let me use my light here. So you can see kind of in-floor storage. You can fold the seats using these buttons over here.
Now we do have to hit
There's also a 125 volt outlet back here. And buttons. So yeah, once you fold everything down, there's about almost 82 cubic feet of storage, which is pretty enormous, pretty huge. So let's take a look back. Let's get a kind of a wider look. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the new EV9? I think they're hitting a lot of the important factors. They're hitting the size factor. So it's a 3-row, 7-passenger vehicle, which is, I think, very important. They're hitting the power. I think it's going to have plenty of power, all-wheel drive capability, towing, 5,000 pounds, recharge times that we've seen from the other electrified Kias, like the EV6, and it's using the same chassis and platform. And it's coming, well, it's a 2024 model, and pricing's not available yet. So I think there's a lot to like. There's a kind of a different light signature here. It's kind of a little bit more basic version of the EV9. But since the Kia Telluride is very popular these days, in my mind, this is kind of an electrified Telluride in a way. So I'm quite excited. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And go to oldtfl.com for full coverage from New York and also Moab, Utah. So thank you very much.